For tonight's practice, you're going to need a bolster and a block if you've got one. If not, just grab a couple nice thick pillows and maybe a rolled up towel or blanket, and you can get by with those things instead. We're going to start in child's pose. So go ahead and sit back on your heels. Bring your knees out wide so you can bring your chest down towards the mat. You want to get your forehead on the mat. Maybe you have to lift your hips up to get there. That's okay. But then maybe press into those palms, lengthen the spine, see if you can't sink the hips back a little deeper. Coming down into this and just noticing how you feel. Depending on how your day was or how your weekend was, you may have a lot of thoughts in your head. So just tell yourself that this next hour is for you. You have nothing else to do, nowhere else to be, except to be here present in your practice. Everything will still be waiting for you when you're done. So once you're able to notice your thoughts, maybe notice how you feel physically in your body, along the spine and the hips and the shoulders, then I want you to tune into your Ujjayi breath, that deep ocean sounding breath that's going to guide you through your practice tonight. It's going to anchor you into the here and now, in the present moment. You're breathing at the base of the throat, so there is a bit of a restriction to the throat, making that ocean sound. Nice and slow, filling the lungs completely, all the way from the bottom to the top, and then exhaling and letting that air out slowly and completely. Maybe taking a moment to notice how long your inhales and exhales are, and trying to check in with that throughout your practice tonight, trying to keep that consistent quality to the breath. One more big inhale here. Really stretch and reach forward. On your exhale, let's thread the needle. Bring your right arm across your chest and under your left armpit. The right palm can be up or down. Your forehead can stay on the mat, or you could turn your head, bringing your right ear to the mat. Whatever feels good there. Try to keep your chest and shoulders squared to your mat, though. Bring that left shoulder down. Press your right arm, right shoulder down to the mat. You're getting a big stretch across that the upper arm, through the shoulder, all the way around to the back. One more inhale here. And exhale, bring that arm back out in front of you. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, thread the needle on the other side. Left arm goes under the right. Palm up or down, forehead on the mat, or left ear on the mat. Whatever you did on the other side, try to do it here. But notice if maybe something feels better on this side than the other. How you have your head placed or your hand placed. One more big inhale. Stretch those arms out long. And then exhale. Bring the arm back out in front of you. Take an inhale. Exhale, press into your hands, tuck your toes, come up to downward dog. Pedal out your heels, maybe wag your tail, whatever you prefer here. Work into the legs, into the feet even. On your inhale, come forward into upward dog. So drop those hips and legs to the mat. You want your legs to be at least hip width apart, maybe even mat width apart. Look up, press into the palms, nice long spine as you lift. And then exhale back into child's pose. Take an inhale, holding. And then exhale back into downward dog. We're going to start flowing here. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, child's pose. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, child's pose. Stay for an inhale. One more time through. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, child's pose. Stay in your child's pose for a couple breaths. And then we'll come up into a tabletop position. And I'm going to teach you another flow that we're going to do here. I want you to go really slow with this first one. We're going to learn it first. So we'll hold the postures for a little while as we go through this first one. So let's start with a few cat-cows. You'll inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, reach the spine up, pull the belly in. And we'll meet with a neutral spine here. So with our flow, we'll just take one round of cat-cow. And then you're going to open up to the left into a variation of side plank. So keep that right knee down. And you're pressing into your right hand. You might want that hand out just a bit past the shoulder rather than right under the shoulder. And you're really pushing into your left foot. That left leg is active. You're lifting the left side of the body up. You're keeping your belly tight to help with balance. And we have our hand, our right hand, right knee, right foot, left foot, all in one line on our mat. So from here, then we're going to inhale up into Warrior Two, a variation of Warrior Two, where we are on that knee rather than foot, the right knee instead of the right foot. Still same motion with the upper body. We're reaching in opposite directions here, our gaze out over the right fingertips. And you're wanting to push into that right knee, that left foot, the left leg is very active. So the low body is very active to help you feel stable and solid. Then we're going to inhale, reach the right arm up, lengthen through the right side of the body, still feeling stable in the bottom half. So pushing into that knee and left foot. And then we'll exhale back to our tabletop. Take an inhale for cow and exhale cat. And then you're going to inhale to do that on the other side. So now we're opening out to the right side of our mat and practice finding your balance here. Practice exploring to see what, when you engage it, really helps hold you solid. So making sure your fingers are spread wide, you're pressing into each knuckle, gripping the mat with your hand a bit, and you're pressing into your left knee. That leg is solid. Right foot, pressing into the right foot, that leg is solid. Now inhale, try coming up into that Warrior Two, nice and slowly. It doesn't look like much, but it is a challenging posture for your balance. I really like it. I enjoy doing this. We do a ton of Warrior Twos in my fusion classes, but I like this modification. Sometimes when you try a new version of something, it's like being a beginner to yoga all over again. Then you're going to inhale, reach the left arm up, open the left side body. Keep pressing into what's connected to your mat there. And then you'll exhale back to tabletop. Let's take our cat-cow, and then we'll start moving with our breath. Exhale, cat. Inhale into the side plank variation. You'll take an exhale, and then inhale up to warrior two variation. Take an exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Inhale to that warrior two again. And now we'll exhale to tabletop. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, side plank variation. Exhale, hold. Inhale to the warrior two. Exhale, hold. Inhale, reach up with the left arm. Exhale, hold. Inhale to the warrior two again. And then exhale, tabletop. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, hold. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hold. Inhale, reach up with the right arm. Exhale, hold. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to tabletop. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, hold. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale, hold. Inhale, reach that left arm up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to tabletop. Do one last cow. Exhale, cat. And now we're going to do some cat-cows with the opposite head movement. So when you inhale, drop the belly and tilt the pelvis forward, you're going to be tucking the chin rather than looking up. And then you'll exhale, push the ground away, and now you'll look forward and move with your breath here. One more round. And then bring yourself back into child's pose for a few breaths. Bring yourself up into downward dog again. I want you to inhale your right foot to the top of the mat. Drop your back knee and come up. We're going to take a runner's lunge. So have the tailbone slightly tucked, low belly engaged. You press the hips forward as you keep your tailbone slightly tucked there. Chances are you won't be able to come down quite as far as if you were to have that pelvis tilted back. But you'll feel a greater stretch in your hip flexors, which is exactly where we want it to stretch. We want to feel that stretch. Now, we're going to add a bit of a twist here with this. So you're going to take your right hand to the inside of that right leg and put some tension there. Put a little pressure into your wrist, into your leg, and your leg back into that wrist. But it's all energetic. Nothing really moves there. And then you're going to reach the left arm up and rotate your torso towards the left side of your mat as you're bending, reaching with that left hand over to the right. So big stretch here, yeah, in the psoas. If that's too intense, you can just come back to that runner's lunge. Breathe into it. And then we'll go ahead and release the left hand to the mat. Right hand can stay on that right knee for support. And we'll come into a twist in the other direction here. You can send those hips more forward. Focus more on the twisting of the spine now rather than the stretch in the hip flexor. Go ahead and come out of that twist. Plant your hands, tuck the back toes, and step yourself back to downward dog. Pedal out the heels. Maybe observe the difference from one leg to the next, how it feels right now. Then we'll inhale the left foot forward, drop that back knee, come up so that you can tuck that tailbone a bit, engage the low belly, keep that pelvis in that neutral position as you come down. Then you can just keep your hands on that front knee for support. And we'll add that twist. You're going to take your left wrist against that left knee, put some tension there, and then reach the right arm up. Really stretch through the right side of the body. Turn that torso towards the right. You're going to rotate and reach and breathe. Let's take that right hand to the mat, left hand to the left knee, and twist in the other direction. Press your hips forward. Your nice long spine, so lift the chest as you twist. Untwist, plant your hands, step yourself back to downward dog. Pedal out your heels a bit. And we'll do a little bit of a flow here. So inhale your right leg up into three-legged dog. In three-legged dog, our hips are squared to our mat. Then you're going to exhale, bend that top knee, and rotate the right hip on top of the left. Then you'll inhale the right leg long again into three-legged dog. Exhale, plant your foot to the top of the mat, drop your back knee, and then on your inhale, reach yourself up, reach your arms up, coming into a low crescent lunge. On your exhale, and sort of, you'll have just a bit of a pause between the inhale and exhale to set up for this twist. And then you're going to twist on the exhale. And then stay in the twist. So torso is still facing the right as you reach up and back with the left arm. And that right hand can maybe come down on your leg or a block for support if you need it. And then we'll plant our hands, step back to downward dog. Other side, inhale your left leg up, three-legged dog, hips are squared. And then exhale, stack the left hip on top of the right. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, plant that foot at the top of your mat. Back knee drops. Inhale, reach up. And keep your hands on your knees if you need to for support. And then in between the inhale and exhale, we're setting up for our twist. Exhale into the twist. Inhale, reach up and back with the right arm. Exhale, plant your hands back to downward dog. Take a breath here in downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, stack the hip. Inhale to the three-legged dog. Exhale, plant that foot at the top. Drop your back knee, setting up, and then inhale, reach up. Set up for that twist, and exhale, twist. Inhale, reverse while you're twisting. Exhale, plant your hands back to downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, stack the hip. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, plant it. Drop the back knee. Inhale, reach up. Set up in that twist. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach back and up. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to child's pose. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, child's pose. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, child's pose. Stay for 3 breaths. Once you're done with those 3 breaths, come to a seat on your mat. And we're going to take a twist here. So let's just take an easy seated twist to start. So you just crisscross the legs. Inhale, reach the arms up, really lengthen. And then exhale, twist. You want to keep the spine long. As you twist, you want to look as far over your left shoulder as possible. Use your right hand to help the spine stay up long, no rounding in the spine. And then use your left hand in the right knee to help give you a little traction to help you twist a little deeper.
Big inhale, lengthen. Stay in your twist. Exhale the gaze over the left shoulder. Slide the shoulders down away from the ears. And then we'll inhale back to center, reaching up. Exhale, twist in the other direction. Looking over your left shoulder. Use that right hand to help you twist. Keep your belly engaged. Keep your spine long, chest lifted. Roll that left shoulder back. Big inhale. Exhale your gaze over that right shoulder. Pull the shoulders down the back. Stay in your twist. And then we'll inhale back to center. Exhale, hands down to your knees. Close your eyes. Take 3 breaths. Now we're going to take another twist, very similar to what we just did. The twisting action will be the same as what we just did, but we're going to change our low body if you want. Otherwise, you can just keep your legs crisscross and take a second set of what we just did. But for everyone else who wants to change, you're going to bring that left leg back. So the toes are pointed straight back behind you. Your knee is in line with your hip there. And then your right leg's going to come to half lotus if that's in your practice. Otherwise, you're just going to tuck that foot under the left leg for your twist. If you're able to take half lotus, I want you to be really careful with your knees. You shouldn't feel any pain, but no weirdness either in the knee. Like it should feel completely normal. You shouldn't feel any tugging or like weird twinge in your knee. If you feel that, then come out, try again. If you're still there, then just take the modification where the leg is underneath, the foot is underneath that leg. So we're still going to take that right hand behind us. You can reach the left arm up and exhale, twist, taking that left hand to the right knee again. So still everything with the upper body is still the same here. You're looking over that right shoulder as far as you can. We just feel this more now in our right hip and pelvis and the low back area, a little more so than when you're crisscross. Take a big inhale. Then on your exhale, look over the left shoulder, staying in your twist. Just look over the left shoulder as far as you can, trying to keep your hips down. One more deep breath. And then we'll come back center and we'll switch our legs very carefully. If you want to take both legs out in front of you and maybe walk them a little bit, you can. Then when you're ready, that right leg's going to go back behind you, toes pointed straight back, knee in line with the hip, and then either tuck that left foot under the leg or bring it to the right hip crease into half lotus. So you're trying to keep both hips level. It's okay if this knee comes up a little bit. You are trying to keep the knee down though. So maybe if you're able to sit up a little taller and press that knee a little more actively towards the ground, go ahead and do that. Inhale that right arm up, exhale, twist. Use your hand into the knee to help you twist. Left hand behind you is helping you sit up really tall. We want to keep the belly engaged. Inhale. On that exhale, you're looking over your right shoulder. Try to slide the shoulders down the back, but stay in your twist. Good. We'll go ahead and release. Just crisscross here. If you aren't already, take 3 breaths with a nice tall spine, shoulders relaxed, face relaxed. Close your eyes if you'd like. Now we're going to take our left leg out to the side and bring that right foot in. And here's where you can use some of your props. So we're just going to lean forward over our leg. So no twist involved, just nice long spine forward. So you can come down on your elbows and hang your head. So you wouldn't even need any props for that necessarily, or you could have something under your elbows if you'd like, or really get comfortable if you're able to. If you have a block or something you've got that can support your pillow or your rolled up blanket, then go ahead and set up something here similar and just lay the torso across it. And you decide which way you'd like to look here. For me, I'm going to look away from the extended leg. But you decide what feels best for you as far as which direction you turn your head, if you're not just hanging it straight down or supporting it on the mat in front of you. And then just do the opposite when we get to the other side. You can also flex the foot, point the foot, see what feels good as far as where you have your foot. And then settle into it. Relax, enjoy. Continue breathing deeply, though. That breath is what's going to keep you in this present moment. When we come into these postures that we hold for a while, excuse me, we have a tendency to let our mind wander then. We start thinking about the past or about the future. So if we can stay connected to our breath, maybe even counting the breath, it'll help keep us in the present moment. That nice slow breath also has a calming effect to the body. Maybe you're able to release tension or gripping and come more deeply down into the stretch as you go with any of these stretches that we do, that we hold for a while. Let's take 5 more breaths. After that 5th breath, very carefully work your way back up to a seat. And you'll just switch legs. So now your right leg will go off to the side and your left foot in. You could also have your mat rolled up under your hips or something, a towel maybe or something rolled up under your hips if you'd like to have your hips up a little higher, if that would feel better. Remember where you were looking on the other side and switch the gaze now. Settle into it. Maybe experiment with that foot flexed or pointed. Maybe even experiment with having your eyes open or closed in these postures. So sometimes just having the eyes open helps a great deal with keeping you mindful and present in your practice. The minute we close our eyes, it shifts our brain waves and we tend to start letting our thoughts drift. But if you find that closing your eyes helps you to take this practice more inward mentally, focusing on the breath a little deeper, then go ahead and close your eyes. Everybody's different as far as what helps them get deeper into their practice or what helps them connect mentally to the practice. And let's take 5 more breaths here, nice and slow. After those 5 breaths, carefully work your way back up to a seat. We're going to come into butterfly, so you might want to keep your props handy, somewhat handy. We'll bring the soles of the feet together. Maybe flap those wings a little bit, release any tension or gripping that's just naturally occurring in the hips, especially in the hip flexors. Then when you're ready, you can root down into the sit bones, sit up nice and tall, inhale, and then exhale, hinge forward. Come down as low as you can, and then relax your head. So finding something that you can rest your head on, whatever props you have here, you can rest them on your feet. If you need to get them up a little higher, you could even stack 2 fists to give you a little more height, depending on how low you can go. But come down to where you feel comfortable holding. You feel challenged, you feel the stretch for sure, but you feel comfortable doing it. And breathe deeply. See if you can't use your breath, particularly those exhales, to release tension in your hips, in your low back. And maybe as you stay here, you feel like you're no longer at your edge. You need to come a little deeper. Three more breaths.
And then very carefully work your way back up to a seat. Extend the legs out in front of you. Walk them a little bit. Now we're just going to take an easy forward fold just for about 5 breaths. So place your block or whatever you have, maybe between your legs or on your legs, stacking your fists, just real gentle. You're not necessarily going as deep as you can in a forward fold. You're just trying to find where you can relax. You can relax those arms, those shoulders, and the head. Just folding over the legs a bit here. And we'll take one more breath. And round yourself back up. We're going to lay down on our back. Keep your props handy. You're going to lay down on your back. We're going to take a reclined moon here. So you'll walk everything over to the right side of your mat. You're going to reach and stretch in opposite directions, lifting those arms up. Then walk your legs over, maybe even off your mat a bit. Walk your arms over to the right, and then cross your left ankle over your right. If that's too intense, you can uncross the ankles. You could grab opposite elbows if that feels good. You can keep your hands interlaced if that feels good. If that's too much for the shoulders, just let the hands and arms separate. Try to relax the shoulders. You do want a little bit of an engagement in the low belly here because we don't want to overarch in the low back. We want to keep our hips, both shoulders down on our mat, just creating a nice big stretch in the left side of the body here. Connecting with the breath if you've lost it. Nice deep breathing. We'll take 5 more breaths. After those 5 breaths, your next inhale will take everything back center and really stretch and reach, point the toes. And then on your exhale, everything goes to the left side of your mat, taking your right ankle over the left if you want to take that option. Keeping both hips, both shoulders on the mat. Noticing where your breath's at in the body. Noticing the length of the inhales and exhales. Noticing that space between the inhales and the exhales. All of that helping to keep you in this present moment. When we practice mindfulness and we practice being present in our practice, then we can take that off our mat practice being present in all parts of our life, really savoring every moment of life when we're mindful and present with it. Take 3 more breaths. After that third exhale, your next inhale will bring everything back center, stretching once again. And then let's hug our knees into our chest. Make some circles with the knees, nice big sacrum circles going around in one direction. And then let's switch, go the other way. And then we'll take that left foot to the mat and cross your right ankle over that left knee. Bring your legs in towards your chest. And you have a couple options here to decide what stretch is best for you. So you can just reach around and find a grip around that left knee, pulling that in towards you and letting the right knee fall inward. Or you could use that right elbow into the right leg to keep that knee from coming inward as you pull the legs towards you. Or you could just have left hand on the left knee, pulling that in, then take your right hand to press the right knee away from you more, rotating the hip a bit more as you come down. You'll feel a much different stretch in your hip there. So experiment with those options, see what you like. See what feels best for you tonight, what you need. Two more breaths here. And then you can release both feet to the mat. Knock the knees together, bring your arms to your side, and take a couple breaths here. Maybe observing the difference in one hip and the next. And when you're ready, let's cross the left ankle over the right knee. Bring the legs in towards you. Doing whatever you did on the other side with those options, or it's always a good idea to experiment to see what feels best on this side, especially when it comes to hips. Things can feel a lot different on one side compared to the other. So you might find that what you did on the other side doesn't feel as good on this side and you want to do something different, and that's okay. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. After that third breath, you can release. I want you to bring your right leg long, and you're going to bring that left foot up to face the ceiling. Let the knee fall to the outside of your body, coming into a half happy baby. So pull with your grip on that foot. Put just a slight kick back into your grip. Try to keep the right leg flat on your mat and straight. It helps to flex that foot if you need help getting the leg straightened out a little more. If you're feeling quite a bit of bend in that right knee, flex the foot and see if you can't press your heel for the top of your mat. You might get that bend out of the knee at least a little bit. Two more breaths here. Now you're going to take a reclined tree. So bring that left foot to the inside of your right leg and let that knee fall down towards the ground. Relax in the left hip flexors and throughout the entire pelvis. Maybe bring your arms off to either side, palms up. Fingers gently curl and maybe lift your chest to slide your shoulders away from your ears, chin slightly tucked. Settle into it. Try to relax into it. Two more breaths here. After that second breath, we're going to come into a twist. So, this left knee that's bent, you're just going to take that leg now across the body. And you can bring your arms out to a T, look over that left shoulder. Three more breaths. Try to relax in the hips a little bit more. Relax the face, all the subtle areas of the body, fingers, toes. And then we'll slowly come out of our twist. Extend that left leg down to the mat. Take a round of breath here. And then we'll come into that half happy baby with the right leg. So right foot facing up. Let that right knee fall to the outside of your body. You're always welcome to just grab behind the leg too if you need to modify. Sorry, I didn't mention that on the other side first. Flexing that left foot if you need to, if you need help getting that leg straightened out. Last few breaths here. And then into our reclined tree. So right foot will come to the inside of that left leg. Settle into it. Relax your hip. Relax that leg down to the mat. Relax the shoulders, the arms. Settle into it. Keep breathing deeply. Last few breaths. Relax your jaw. Relax your tongue. Then we're taking this into our twist. So that right leg, keep it bent. You're going to bring it across your body. Arms out. Look over that right shoulder. Last few breaths. Try to relax a little deeper into this twist. See if your right leg can't fall a little lower. Relax in the shoulders, in the throat. And then slowly come out of the twists. Extend the right leg down next to the left. Take a breath. And then you're going to grab your block or whatever you have for support to take a supported bridge to end class. So you're going to bend the knees and press into your feet and slide your support under your hips. So maybe it's a rolled towel or blanket. Maybe it's a stack of pillows. Maybe it's a combination of the two if you don't have a block. But you want to allow it to support your entire pelvis. So right there at your sacrum. And again, slightly tuck the chin towards the chest. Slide the shoulders away from the ears. Relax your arms, palms up, fingers gently curl. Starting to tune into all the subtle areas of the body that might be holding tension. So your scalp and your ears, your jaw, and your tongue, and your throat. Let your eyes sink to the back of your skull. Relax your belly, your hips, your entire spine. Feeling fully supported here under the hips. Relaxing your fingertips and your toes. And you're going to take 5 more deep breaths here. When you're ready, push into your feet to lift your hips up enough that you can remove your support. Hug your knees in towards you and take 3 big circles around in one direction with the knees. And then 3 big circles in the other direction. And after those circles, you're going to relax into Shavasana, feeling fully supported underneath your body so that you can completely relax, no work needed. Soften the belly, release control of the breath. Put a little smile on your face and enjoy your Shavasana as long as you can. Namaste.